Kāore I tū atu I te kōtonga. Ngā hinganga, ngā tīwara hiamo, ngā ngaronga katoa. He kākano kei roto. He akonga hei whakapiki I a koe anō, mō tua atu.
You're a savage and you should line up waiting for wins. That all we are is a criminal. I feel like it's a stereotype that's still kind of attached. A lot of time growing up in the media, I saw yourself reflected in that idea. Kia ora, my name's Chevron Hassett. I'm an artist, originally from Naenae hutt, and I'm currently based in Wellington City. And I'm of Ngāti Porou and Rongoa Wahine descent. Growing up, my dad was in jail most of the time. That was my experience of what a male was. My age group, it was very common for them to all go to prison. I was real fortunate that I was kind of that opportunity for me to find something more in life. So Naenae is a stay housing community, one of the oldest in New Zealand. Kind of made originally for a lot of soldiers coming back from the war, and then a lot of urban Māori drift came through, and then the Pacifica migrants. Now it has a huge refugee population too, so it's very diverse. When I was at intermediate, one of these boys brought in a book for show and tell. It had his cousin's graffiti in it, and it sparked my interest. So that same day, I went and got some markers and I started writing my name walking home, on poles, on fences, and then that just progressed into painting on tracks and doing other things up on buses, and it led into the police and they're trying to get me charged with damages. It's not really worth going to jail for, eh? That was a big focus for me when that started happening. Maybe I should try, give university a go. Because I was doing graffiti, spray painting and using a lot of acrylic, I thought maybe I would go to fine art school to learn how to paint. When I first went to university, I was the only Māori one in my degree at the time, until about my second year. And also Māori that are there, a lot of them do come from middle-class homes. Lower-class Māori or more working-class Māori don't actually attend art school, design school. A lot of the things that I didn't know how people viewed about me, I learned more while I was there. People talking about my type of people in the same class, talking down about us. And I remember other Māori also putting me down because I come from those neighbourhoods. And I took some extra papers, and I got really interested in culture and photography, and so I remember making the decision to transfer into design school. Here we're at the Dow's Art Museum in Lower Hutt City. It's my project called The Children of Maui from 2017 to 2019. And I went on a variety of trips up and down the East Coast and stayed up with family members and friends and photographed significant sites relating to my whakapapa and relating to oral histories, and kind of connecting past, present and future entwined in a lot of these works.
It's really exciting for Chevron's from Naenae, so sort of just down the road, and it's really nice being able to reconnect with that local sort of community for him and for us. Especially for young people coming to see the show as well. I think they can sort of connect with it and also hope that if they want to be an artist, that this is inspiring for them to be like, yeah, I can be like Chevron.
I come back here to make an artwork for a show that's coming up called Commoner. Just the basis of it is looking at the realities of Māori men. And so I'm making a work related to prison reform and prison population of Māori men. And so I just designed this Rimitaka prison uniform. On the back it has 1994, the year I was born, and that's just symbolising that when I'm born, this is kind of what I'm destined to be, I still see a lot of people around me falling into that trap and getting caught up in that. It's also where my dad was, and so a lot of my memories growing up was going there to meet him. So I thought I'd make a work for this exhibition around that, around the idea, and I name it Restorative. I got commissioned by the Wellington Council to do a public art display in Courtney Place, and it was called A Place to Be. Conceptually, it was based on a marae atia centred in the city. 8 double-sided LED light boxes that I visioned as Poe, and I installed 16 images of young urban Māori from different tribal links and mixed heritage. So I became the Wellington City Council's Toi Pōneke Build Your Artist in Residence for 2019. We posted a project on Naenae, and I did my first large video work. Had portraits of people that I grew up with in the area, in the community, around my age group, and put them in a place where they felt at home with in Naenae. And then I also put that on the back of buses throughout the city. You know, I started drawing on the back of buses and stuff, so it was really a special moment to 10 years later come back and get paid to do it. Do you see anything that needs to be touched up? Maybe, yeah, this colour. See how it's a darker blue? I think this is the right blue. Looks like it.
It's just it.
Yeah, this is the right one, eh? So I just got to touch it up. Work out in Tide at the community centre 3 to 4 days a week, depending, and I run art programs for 14 to 18-year-olds. I find they like purple if you want to touch up the mangopare designs.
The mural took a couple months. It's been fun doing it with my friends, and you know, there's a lot of meaning behind it, and I'm excited to put it into the community so other people can see it as well. I want other people to recognise art and the meaning it can have behind it.
I try my best to share opportunities with the young people, give them an insight, and so that they feel like, oh, this could be a place for me to be around, you know? And also to build their consciousness of what there is in the world. So here we're in Naenae, we're just on one of the murals I just did here for the community. I was fortunate enough to have one of my students work alongside it called Chavez. We got a 10-metre mural with the roimata, patiki and tiki hands, and it's all about trying to bring positive, uplifting, reaching your goals here, but also for me as an artist from here, give back. As I've gone older and I've started to mature as an adult, you know, you realise that there's different accessibility for different things in life and for different people. I came from a classroom that had no paintbrushes, and an art teacher who wouldn't show up half the time. I come from an area where no one told you could be an artist. All that energy you take up as a kid, I hope young kids like me can transfer that into something creative.
No he arawa koe e tūtaki ki tētahi hoariri pai, ke atu I te tūai kerekere.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.